Yeah, good morning. Yeah, you're good.
All right, I'll be moderating. I'm going to let you know who's asking you the questions, and we're going to hop right into them now if you're ready.
Yep, I'm ready to go.
We'll start with John Werner from the Waco Tribune Herald.
Hi, Abram. What does it mean to the team to have Gary back and just the confidence he brings?
Means a lot. He's started out with him, a real big leader on the team, not only on offense, but just on the team, period. So just to have him back and healthy, you can kind of see him in practice. He's taking strides, kind of like with running. So just having him back is a real big, I think I want to say an up on the offense pretty much, because, you're having that kind of timing back, and you see him working hard and kind of pushing everybody like, how it was before.
Next, we'll go to David Ubben from The Athletic.
Abram, Coach Grimes has mentioned that very early on, you guys were talking about a title and winning this league. What do you remember about the first time that you kind of heard those conversations, and what has it been like to be there and have that become a reality where it started as a talking point?
For it to become a reality, even now, like, to me, it's still like unreal. It's like you kind of talk about it a bunch, but like actually doing it is it's like a different level of like we're here. Like we actually, said what we say we were gonna do. So like just with Coach Grimes, just bringing that all, like at the beginning when we first started the boat and all that, just with him, he was real big on, like, he knew what he wanted to do. He had goals for us. So like just bonding and all that was kind of just what we wanted to do.
Next, we'll go to Nikki Latarullo from KCN in Waco.
Do you have any specific pregame rituals that you do, like something specific to eat before every game, or like any superstitions, anything like that?
I usually eat some pineapples. It's like always a big thing for me. I always like to try to like build my system up. I'll usually, if possible, if they get in beforehand, I'll usually try to find my mom if they're able to get in. But other than that, I kind of just stretch off in a little corner, in the right corner of the end zone, and I'll just be on my own little zone, got my own little playlist going. But other than that, might just goof around with Tristan a bunch, but other than that, that's pretty much my pregame ritual.
Next, we'll go to Ted Lewis from the New Orleans Times-Picayune.
Abram, a couple of things. First of all, do you ever miss playing linebacker? Most guys talk about they'd rather hit than be hit. And then do you find yourself maybe sort of pinching yourself, seeing here's a guy that didn't play for 3 years and all of a sudden you're an all-conference running back, you're going to the Senior Bowl and so forth, got an NFL future ahead of you?
Most of the time, I'll look over there every once in a while during practice. I see like Terrell Bernard and all them just having a blast, or I'll even see them in the game, and I'm just like, man, like sometimes, yeah, do I miss doing that? Yeah, like there's here and there, like I'll have to like, all right, but at the same time, it's like I'm kind of doing the same thing at running back because I'm running through people. So it's like, for me, coming back over is like a win-win still.
Next is Eric Kelly from KWKT TV in Waco.
Coach Grimes talked to us about how those first couple weeks he was a little unsure of what you guys were going to be like as an offense, and then he said there was one practice in kind of fall camp where maybe it clicked a little bit. Then he mentioned West Virginia as another big moment for you. When you think about how this offense has developed, what are those moments you pick out where you're like, okay, this is when I kind of knew we were going to have things rolling on that side of the ball?
We had it was like one of our scrimmages in the fall camp. It was actually like in the turn, like I guess for the offense, going against our defense, and how they stopped the run and all that, pretty much how good they are on that side of the ball. We actually had a really good scrimmage, and we were connecting on, on all cylinders pretty much. And so for me that was like my little turning point, and or how I saw us, like knowing that what we're going to be able to do. And then if I had to pick a game out, to me, it'd be the BYU game. Is one I'd like to pick out because we're attacking on it all. Pretty much in all areas. We're throwing the ball, running the ball, and for me, that was the game that I saw us be our best.
Next is Jerry Hill from Baylor Bear Insider.
Abram, seemed like you were a little banged up at the end of the year there. How much is this, 3 or 4 weeks off? How much has that helped you maybe kind of, get your, energy back, all that kind of thing?
These past couple of weeks has been amazing. You know, running the ball the way I run the ball, you know, it's like you take a lot of hits, you know, you give a lot of hits. So a lot of bangs, a lot of bruises. So just being able to heal and actually get my body right and everything that might have been hurting me is no longer hurting me. I was able to do treatment all the time and just kind of just get my feet underneath me pretty much. And so these past couple of weeks have just been it's been amazing for me and my body.
Next, go to Michael Haig from the Baylor Lariat.
Hey, Abram. You know, I know you kind of mentioned kind of goofing around with Treston a little bit, but how important will it be for you and Treston kind of to get going in that bowl game? And what tone are you looking to kind of set out of the backfield?
The same tone that we wanted to set every time we touch that field is we got this bully ball mentality. We like to hit first, not be hit, just keep the chains moving, and then, you know, make people miss, run through people's faces. I mean, that's kind of like what our mentality is pretty much. And you can get it from both of us. So it's kind of like when I come off the field and when he comes off the field, it doesn't matter who's back there. It's like we got the same mentality, and that's the bully ball mentality.
We'll now go to Curtis Quillen from KCN TV in Waco.
Abram, when you moved back to running back going into the season, did you see you having the type of success both individually and as a unit that you guys did this season?
When I first started out going to running back, it was kind of like I could see where it's going. I can kind of see what Coach Grimes wants to do with this offense. So at first it was kind of like a little slow start. We didn't really know. Timing was kind of off. But eventually we ended up picking that up. And I think as terms of like for the offense and for me, we all had goals, individual goals and then team goals. And we all just wanted to mark all those off the list. So like that was like that big drive, big motivator. It was like, you know, we went from a lot of people would think, you know, it was like a defensive team where like, all right, they play really good defense, not that good of an offense, to like we wanted to change that to where it was good on both sides of the ball.
And we'll have time for one final question from Sam Kahn from The Athletic.
Hey, Abram, when you got to Baylor, what was your vision of how it would go? I know you've played multiple positions since you've been there, but what was kind of your vision for how your career would go as compared to how it's actually played out?
Yeah, my vision would be I would never have switched positions. I knew I would have to play special teams, of course, because I feel like that's the thing that a lot of people come in and do. But I knew but how I envisioned it when I first came in was like I was going to be a running back. I was going to get carries, kind of like just in terms of me in my head is like my work ethic was like, all right, I'm going to work hard here so that way I can get in these carries and, you know, become the back that, you know, I felt like I could be, that I am now. And so that was kind of my what I envisioned for myself before I got here.
Thank you very much for your time this morning, Abram. We really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you down here in New Orleans.